They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Happy Halloween, ya ghouls, and welcome back to another Halloween hybrid video here at the compound. In this year's Halloween special, I'll be taking on the hideously mutated chaos effect Compstegnathus. Now, for those of you who may not know what that is, here is a shot of the original toy from back in the day, as well as some excellent artwork done by some crazy talented artists that I grabbed off of Google. So as you can tell by the name, the Compstegnathus is Compy and Stego DNA mixed together to create this particular hybrid. Now normally I try my hardest to use the actual parts from each dino that make, the hybrid, but in this case, due to their size differences, that's going to be impossible. So I'm going to cheat a little with this custom, but that is okay. We're just having fun and celebrating the awesomeness that is the Chaos Effect line. So the base figure I'll be using for the Stego parts is this little guy here. Now I can't for the life of me remember what this dinosaur is called. I threw the box away, but it starts with an M or something like that, I think. But that's not important. What's important here is using this guy because he does have some similar parts that a Stegosaurus has, and he's kind of got like a crazy look already that will work perfectly for this hybrid, so there won't be any need to customize the base body at all. I will, however, have to switch out his legs and arms, obviously, for something a little more in line with the Chaos Effect design, so I just boiled and popped the legs off and replaced them with some limbs from two different Mattel dinosaurs. No compy parts, I know, but it'll work for what I need to get the job done. And the back legs fit great. The front arms are from a Pro Ceratosaurus, I think, and they are really loose, so I'll just end up having to super glue those into place, but no biggie. So enough with going over this, let's go ahead and start slinging some paint and creating this monster. So the first color to go down will be a mix of this green and white, and I'm actually going to use that and dry brush it over the base plastic, since the base color plastic is similar enough in color for me, and that will be one less thing that I have to paint. So I'm just going to get some paint on my brush and dry brush the raised areas just to kind of help all those little details pop out. With the dry brushing done, now it's time to block in all of the black parts. For that, I'm just using matte black, and I'll drop a little in my palette and cut it with some water and start to carefully paint in all four limbs. And with all the limbs done, I'm going to go up and start blocking in all of the black patterns along the body. I'm using the original figure's design as inspiration, but I'm not sticking to making it look exactly like the vintage figure. The colors will be similar to the original one, but I'm going to kind of put my own flavor to it. After all, making hybrid dinos is all about being creative and having fun and kind of putting your own twist on the whole, monster creature kind of thing. Now with the black done, I'll grab some light blue and very carefully paint in the blue deco that he's got on his face. And then take some blue wash and wash that all over the light blue parts to create some shade and bring down the brightness of that light blue just a little. Now on to all of the yellow deco. So for this design, it's really up to you. You could paint one long stripe along the side, or you could airbrush it or do whatever. I'm feeling that this guy would look really cool with each little scale picked out in yellow, like he's got these sort of mutated yellow scaly warts or something. That's the great thing about the rule of cool. There is no right or wrong way to do it. If you think it looks cool, go for it. So I'll go ahead and time lapse this part just to kind of speed this process up a little bit, but what I'm doing is pretty simple and straightforward. Just load a fine tip brush up with some yellow paint and pick out whatever scales you think would look good, and just kind of follow the contour of the body, getting those scale clusters thinner and thinner as you get closer to the end of the tail. With the yellow dots done, now I'm going to throw down some cool yellow flame-like designs on the front plates. And by keeping that yellow super thin, it flows on nice and smooth, gives me good control, and I get a nice clean finish in the end. As for the spikes on the side, I went with orange. That's to sort of pay homage to the original figure, since it did have some kind of bright orange button on the top that worked its action feature. And to me, these colors all pop together and it gives it a really awesome, wild 90s vibe. Couple of things I wanted to mention before we wrap this video up. I gave the figure a few extra accessories to really take it to the next level. One being a set of shackles and broken chains around the ankles, because this is Chaos Effect and these creatures just look so much cooler with broken restraints on them. The second thing is this long, creepy tongue that the Compstegnathus has. This is just made using Milliput epoxy putty, and the green spit is gloss Mod Podge mixed with transparent lime green ink. I just mix the two together and kind of drip it on the tongue, and as it's dripping down, I lock it in place with my heat gun, and it really gives it sort of a cool three-dimensional saliva all over the tongue kind of look. To keep it inside the mouth, I drilled a tiny hole in the mouth of the figure and then installed a small peg at the base of the tongue so I can display it with or without the tongue. It's just little extra details like this that really kick your customs up a notch. So with all of that said, we are done with this monster, and that is another Halloween hybrid in the books. I hope you guys enjoyed this year's video and it has inspired you to get out there and make some crazy Chaos Effect customs for yourself. If you do, remember to tag me over on Instagram at the Jurassic Park Compound, because I always love seeing the stuff that you guys can come up with. Remember, I have several other Chaos Effect videos here on my channel, so be sure to go and check those out if you're looking for more Chaos Effect inspiration. And as always, if you need more Jurassic related content, you know where to find it. Links will be in the description box below. You guys take care, and I'll see you around the compound.